Okay, we're going to do a quick overview on the style of filter housing that we like to use. So first we're going to go over the very common style you'll buy at most plumbing supplies or big box stores. And so with these styles, this is your filter. This is a 4x10 unit. You'll have plumbing coming out of each side of these fittings. And then in order to do this, you would turn this housing to loosen it off of here, and there's an O-ring. Vice versa, when you go to put it back together again, you spin this into the housing and it crushes this O-ring that you see here up inside. So every time you tighten it, it crushes this O-ring a little flatter until a point where it's too flat. It doesn't actually nice to seal very well anymore. So you have to use the wrench. You tighten it more and more every time, and then it takes 10 times the wrench to get this thing to come apart again, which is not fun, because I've been in jobs where we use like a 2-foot pipe wrench to take these apart because somebody's over tightened it. As compared to this model that we like, that we call a hydrofilter, it's manufactured in Italy, and unlike this one where you spin the sump, you actually spin this collar. So you'd use this wrench, the sump stays still, and you loosen the collar. And so that's part of what makes it a little easier. And then also, you pick this apart, as you can see the O-ring here doesn't sit on the top of the unit like this one does, where it gets crushed. It's actually on the shoulder. And so when it goes in, it only gets so tight. And so no matter how much you want to tighten this collar on there, it doesn't make a difference. You can't tighten it just to a certain point, and that's that. So for one, it keeps people from over tightening. There's not a need to. You're not crushing that O-ring every time. There's just a certain amount of pressure that pushes it aside. But yet it seals very efficiently on there. So it makes it very easy to service by just about anybody. Another benefit to the ones that we in particular use, you may see something similar, but it's not quite the same. In the bottom here, there's a brass port, and we'll take this plug out and we'll put a valve in here, so that when you do go to change this, that when it sits up top here, you'll have a valve on each side. You isolate the valves off, and you'll just open up the drain at the bottom. I put a pail underneath with the bottom part of this is called the sump. Will drain out completely, and then you can take your wrench, take the ring off, and disassemble it so that you can change out the filter element that would go in here. So that's why we love these, and it's about the only filter that we will use. And so this one is a 4x10, so that takes this filter element, meaning that the diameter is 4 inches, 10 inches in height. This particular model is 4 inches by 20 inches long. And so the nice thing about this is if you have a larger house where you don't want to change it as often because it's bigger, you don't have to change it as often. So that's just a quick overview of why we love our hydro filters. Just because they're super simple to change, very easy to use. Thanks.